Now, I mean, I'm a bit late for this, mostly because I don't know, other stuff happened and I kind of realized, no, I have to do that, I have to do this. But I mean, this way is a bit better so that I do not get interrupted. So in that sense, I like this better. Oh my god. Oh my god, but... I don't know. I feel like I want to maybe wait a little bit, not now. Like for now, I just want to check if I can make the bonus VP thing work. Let's see. So I want to put one of the leaders, kind of, see, under captive, and then see if the diplomacy phase capture that part and like the code work the way I intend them to work. I'll try to see which one is better to test. Okay, 6. 6 is okay. So it is possible for me to just update the hand marker script. Right, and so I can do bonus 1 dot add. That is in land movement because I think sprites. Okay, so I'll probably add. Wait, how does this even work? This is not a string. What? Oh, wait, leader 1. Oh, okay. But leader 1 is an integer. Really? Leader 1 is an integer. Let me see. That's the part I feel a bit suspicious. Right, leader 1 is an integer actually. Okay, so if I do that, that's actually okay. So I'll just add 6. So if I add this, I think one of the leaders will just appear. Kind of appear under the. Let's see how they appear, because I'm actually not sure how that would look like. I know I didn't cancel the one that's already on the board, so but for now, okay, this one appears. The position is a bit off though. Like, why is the position like down here? Let's see. I probably need to modify some of the setup coordinates. Yeah, that's in setup. I should be able to just change the setup a little bit here. So card track. No, this is not about card track. This is a bonus one. Did I set up bonus in... Where did I set up that? Oh wait, I actually set up them there. Okay. So I know 990 is y coordinates. This is 810. Let's check this to kind of 800 and see if the coordinates is a bit better. I don't need to fit 2 lines there. I think 1 line would be enough. So no, that's totally not the right one. So 810 is okay. Wait, 30. Oh, okay. Actually, 30 is the y coordinates. How does 30 become y coordinates? Like, is it? But this is positive 30. That's literally the. It's a bit strange somehow. Let me try to change it to 50 and see which direction it goes. Okay, 50 is fine actually. Maybe 45 is a bit better because it's kind of in the middle. Let me do 45 and keep it there. But for now, I think I can play Why does key left get blocked? I have to fix that. I have to fix that. I know, like, I know that part, if it doesn't get fixed, it's going to be a problem. But anyway, so in card draw phase, if we do not touch anything in this part of diplomacy, okay, the do me and out is okay. And if I should just click save for every one of them, and this would skip 2, I think. Yeah, those 2 will have the option to. No, it's not working. It didn't capture the part that it has this. That is in GM2 if it doesn't capture that part of the logic. So wait deployment, no, not that late. Okay, so for phase 3, this thing should go to unchanged segment. On phase, oh, because I do on phase end, I should not do on phase end here. I can probably do it on phase end. Let's see, I'll do it on phase end here. No, I should. Let me leave the on phase end for now. I'll do it on default. Or maybe I can do the segment plus plus in the start button. Like after we finish the whole procedure, that might be the place. Yeah, like either that one or the skip. Like one of those would be a place to kind of fall out of the loop. But wait, before that. Complete peaceful. Okay. So we should definitely not do phase end here. Otherwise, segment plus plus. Yeah, that's actually. Yeah, let's actually do it here. So that I also avoid the phase 3. But on phase end is not a segment plus plus unchanged segment. That is not the reason that the function is not called. I just don't think that's what happened. Yeah, if we always call unchanged segment. The problem feels like unchanged segment doesn't call phase 3. Like that's how I. But where? Not even where, but where is the handle for that one? Yeah, unchanged segment doesn't subscribe to anything here. Let's see. Where does that thing subscribe to? Or like what controls the segment? Because apparently, yeah, this one doesn't control segment either. Yeah, this one doesn't. Apparently something like controls the segment, but should I also search around my documentation? I feel like every time, if you don't know what's going on, then search around the documentation. No, my documentation doesn't have anything on this. Okay, like everything here pretty much like tells you like do some good documentation, otherwise you're going to be quite confused. Well, my feeling is that unchanged segment calls phase 3. So let's see. If this one doesn't work, let me just do a unity engine.debug log. Because I'm just kind of unsure, like, if it's on the handle or it's on this. Let me just see which one is on. Okay, good. Well, if I were to make this diplomacy form like not early, but if I were to make them now, I would definitely not do them this way. I know it's bad. No, this doesn't call. How does the GM1 move work? Okay, GM2 705. 705? Wait, 705 is not even on this. 705 is here. But I also get this. I know I get this. Okay, apparently I do not get this line. Okay, if I do not get this line, then it kind of means on-chain segment is not working. Let me do a phase 3. Like now I'm just not very sure that this thing is working. Or like I have some evidence that this is not. Canvas card is missing. Wait, what is missing? Wait, what is missing? But does anything... Wait, why is this just suddenly it's like missing? What did I even do to that? Wait, what? I didn't even do anything. Or like I didn't touch any files, like how is that thing just missing? I'm like, I didn't. I swear I didn't. Okay, this actually works. Good. So the problem is I didn't call the right function. The start is not enabled though. Let me go to start button and enable the right thing. Wait, what is missing? What? No, like what is missing? But why do you say that the script is like suddenly missing? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I already solved this problem, but I don't know where. Okay, so if I post the... Where do I post the button? Okay, on skip card, right. Find start button. I know, I need to enable that button. That button is enabled by... start other. Okay, so I did not write the start other. Is this case 5? No, this is actually case 6 or 7. So I'll do 6. So button dot interactable true status is equal to 6. Break. I can add a 5 because basically for 5 the logic is the same, so it's very easy to write it. Start at a 5. Okay, let's do it again. Oh, I should have tried to skip. Wait, something is still like missing. What is... I'm going to remove it because apparently like nothing is really wrong. Or like nothing is kind of nothing is there. It's just showing that some behavior is missing. Where I don't even know what behavior I'm talking about. Oh god. Well, this is all like so exciting and so stressful. I'm kind of thinking, wait, kind of, it's more like I'm kind of learning. Oh, let's see. Let's first ransom. Object reference not set. Start button 44. Find card display. Wait, card display. Oh, okay, I see. So this is if status not equal to, no, this is status if it equals to -1, then we find card display. Otherwise we cannot find the valid one. Right, string temp name. $54. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, skip. Okay, if I skip here, then I should also pop the thing, I guess. So here, can run some. Remove at 0, remove at 0, remove at 0. I feel like that would be enough. Not like enough, but if we remove at 0, why would that one still be at 1? Ah, okay, I see. We're kind of stuck there. The problem is, let's see. If we skip it, we kind of need to do a true deletion. Not a true, but let me think about it. I'll actually do it here. I do it in the previous segment. This might not be a good solution, but I think it's a solution that could work. And then we actually, okay, start button interval false. Okay, fine. What? Start button 54. What did I even do? Oh, okay. This is equal to, yeah, typo. I don't know, I'm just super, I've been kind of scared by too many things, or like too often in my life, but this is a new kind of scary. Okay, so if I try to, I don't know if I try to ransom. Start index. Okay, that's still why? Start button 72. Okay, or equals to 5. Wait, why does this equal to 5? What? We are not in this one, though. How do we get here? Okay, start button 24. Oh, the card index. Okay. I see. Let's see. But I'm still more like, why would this be a... Okay, here comes the tricky part. I think I mix up two things. But the general problem is maybe this thing should not be controlled this way. Button callback, card index. No, this is not called that way. And also there's no good way to see. So start button 24. Let me think about it. What is the best way to change this find a state machine and make it work? Might not be possible. Not like might not be possible, but I think I misunderstood the whole thing. Because we know that the status kind of goes to another. Let's see. Well, first, why would the status be 5 at this point? At this point, the status should not be 5. Because status 5 kind of means this is a start other 5. But how do we do that? Start other. Okay, this is not a start other 5. But anyway, here we also need this. Oh, see, this is a unit testing. Unit testing is always this. Oh, it's bad, but it's always like this. Oh, I mean, let's do 6. Okay, you can agree or refuse. Apparently, you should be able to agree. It's not right if you cannot agree. Okay, so for this one, we should still enable this thing. So button, let's see, status is equal to 7. And then we call start start other 7. Not like start other 7, but let's see. If status is equal to -1, then we do this. Because for all the other ones, I think status, yeah, status is equal to -1. We can do that. I mean, unless they like explicitly, let's see. Or let's not touch this. Let's not touch this. This is a bit too messy and requires too much checking, to be honest. If status is not equal to 7, let's do this for now. This is a lot easier to debug. Might not be good, but it's a lot easier to debug. So basically, I just switch the status to 7, and that should not disable the button. Well, I can still refuse, so if I refuse, that will just go back to... We should disable diplomacy though, but I'll do it later. I want to see the VP and kind of see how the board react. I don't know, I just feel like I'm kind of huddling around that one kind of that one wall of like of the castle in like Dark Souls 3 again. So I can agree. This one should lock. Yeah, I will lock the left and right. Okay, so here I will lock this. And this thing will, I don't know, will be unlocked at some point, but not now. That doesn't matter that much because collection was modified. Start button 241. Yes, that is okay. I mean, that can only be modified, but wait, this is not a real enumerator though. This is only run once. Oh, okay, 104. Enumeration operation may not execute. But I'm not trying to, like, this is not even a real routine. to list. But I mean, for each are supposed to be modified, right? I don't think to list will fix that because I mean that's already a list. Like I thought for each is kind of the way if you want to remove things. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so C#, remove from list. Like literally, it's just two lists. Really? I'll just try this. The problem is I thought it's already a list. Like that, I guess that's the part that I feel really confused because, like it was defined as a list. I don't know. Maybe that's just C#. I thought like for each doesn't care about like enumeration and well, apparently it cares. Okay, ransom agree. Okay, so that's okay. Does that one? Okay, that one is gone. And does Habsburg get one more card? Yes. I need to. Yeah, I need to disable. I need to enable the left right though. But I think it's kind of working. I want to try to skip. I can do that fairly easily. Yes, nice. No, I cannot do that very easily. Because apparently the card doesn't have anything. How does that happen? Or like, I thought this one only draws from hand. Yeah, so if this is empty, then it kind of means the hand is empty. Okay, if hand is empty, then our save data has a problem. Okay, does this thing actually work? So save data and 0. I don't know, let me just print something because I honestly don't know why this thing is not working. Or is it because we just didn't refresh? I thought we kind of always refresh. Not like always refresh, but there's always some kind of file that's in charge of this, like container script. Temp count. See, you actually have a lot of things here. I probably don't need that many from like Merc script, so why does Merc script just have? Right, I'll comment out this because this is not helpful. But see, like I know that file is being modified, but I don't know why the hand is not modified. Player is GM1 player, so we should be able to get that. GM1 player is always right. Okay, yeah, that's right, and we actually know that is right. Did I miss anything? Wait, I know something is wrong here, but I don't know where. I don't know which one is wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be easier if I do it at phase 2. Okay, so I should be able to see this. And then if I load, I still see them, so there's no problem with that. The cards are not gone. Why? Why was that gone at that point? Okay, since really strange habit. Right, take form. Okay, I guess that thing will definitely broke the... Yeah, that will definitely break pretty much a lot of things. Because the coroutine is still running. I think I might get that now. We probably need the save functions to stop every coroutine and just like override everything though. But for now, I'm not testing that. I'm testing something else. So if I ransom and then refuse, this would go back. Okay, so then I'll load. This one's actually fine. Oh, it's because I clicked diplomacy and the thing is not there. This is actually not the... Okay, it's actually diplomacy because diplomacy doesn't have the right face, but that actually makes sense. Because this thing is supposed to be disabled actually, so... Well, at least we know that part is working. Okay, -1 card. What is the -1 card? Okay, it's this one, -1 card. So I'll also look through the hand marker script, I think. Public void get excommunication for int I equals to 0. I don't know, let's just add this. Public list int excom. Well, if we don't need to get the excommunication, then I only need to make this function aware that that thing is available. I think that would be enough. Okay, and then this will be the face end. If hand marker script dot xcom is count is larger than 0. But wait, then we face a similar problem than before. Let me get some water and go to the bathroom. Well, I just thought about there's one thing that we could do for node data. So if gm1 dot phase is equal to 3, which means we're in like, I don't know, diplomacy phase, then we actually want to stop some coroutines. Because coroutines are stop running coroutines. That is kind of why things go wrong, because coroutines are still running while we're like forcing the data to overwrite each other. But for now, I'll not write it because I don't want to test that. So for the for this part, hand marker script. Public void xcom remove can remove xcom. XCOM is initiated and then we clear it. Well, this part is very much the same. It is kind of messy, but I think like this way it's a bit better actually. Okay. Copy and paste. Okay, basically XCOM add, and that's it. Well, I actually don't think this is applicable for that many countries. Because first, it cannot work. Let's see the actual port. Oh no, not actually the actual port. The port doesn't even show that. What powers can... Oh, let's communicate. Okay, excommunicating rulers. Okay, I guess the problem, not like the problem, but so first we know that bonus 4 and 5 can definitely not be excommunicated, and 0 probably cannot either, so it's actually down to like 1, 2, or 3. Okay, this is truly kind of like a cheap function then, because it actually doesn't go through that many stuff. Okay, so that's kind of it. So XCOM count larger than 0, then I don't even know where we set the interactable to be true. I don't know, I'll do it here. So if XCOM count is larger than 0, then we find the start button and remove. It's basically remove or skip. I'll use some current. Well, I'll say just like run some, choose whether to ransom the captured leader for A random card tool. I know this is too long. Choose whether to ransom the. To return. Return the capture leader for random card tool. I think return is a bit better to get a random card tool. Okay, and then well, here I would definitely reset. Choose whether to remove excommunication. Okay, so that is remove. And that will be a 7, I think. A 7 in the start button. Wait, that is actually a 8. Remove excommunication. Okay, so for that one, I will also change this thing back and status become -1. I don't think I can do it here, so let's get another coroutine. Remove communication. This is difficult. Not like this is difficult, but this is. Let me see. Wait a moment, I need to write something. Okay, anyway, so I like every time I try to not get disrupted, I always get disrupted somehow. Well, I'll try to prevent that from happening, or I'll try to ignore what's really not like what's really there, but it's kind of try to ignore what's like try to disrupt me. So remove excommunication. First, we need to remove the -1 marker. I think that's the. So from here. Okay, so can ransom 0. This will be enough. So this one, I can take away case 0 actually, because only 1, 2, 3 are applicable. And okay, so to list. I mean, apparently to list took away the enumeration thing. Like, the problem is this is already a list. Like, that's the thing I'm like, I don't understand about C#. Like, but I thought that's. Just let me see. Yeah, that's already a list. Like, why? Not like why, but I guess I don't understand the context of like what to-list actually does for the data structure. Because I'm like, this is already a list, why do we need it? I thought this only changed from like hash set, because hash set is not like automatically converted. Well, I guess I don't understand C# that well. Okay, so if we have this 3, we would remove the 1 marker specified here. This one. I would also want to delete this testing line. So here the S we're looking for is this. Okay, and what else? Not yield return yet. We need to do more things here. So then we just draw 1 card from the... Okay, that is also the same. Right, this one. I mean, this one can just be like instant, I think. Wait, those 2 can actually combine. Yeah, those 2 can actually combine. So, but then we want to switch player, I think the problem is. Okay, so if we combine those lines, then we would still need this pointer. We would need this from. And we would need the... Well, we definitely need a random index. We wouldn't need the 2 anymore, because that doesn't go to the other player's hand. We will need the from, and we will need the logic here. Oh, I like how copy and pasting is like actually taking longer time than I don't know, than just like rewrite the whole function. But let's see. So this is not add leader. We only need this line. This line basically adds the card to the player's hand. Yeah, modifies the hand and then random index. Okay, refactoring is definitely taking longer time than I thought. Wait, I can just do this. Okay, and then this is a random draw. I wouldn't need... let me see. We also need to avoid like drawing the mandatory card. But apart from that, the remove works. Okay, I do not need to add anything to 2. And I need to modify card selected. And the ID still applies. Yeah, ID is the same. And then on chosen card, I cannot remove it yet, I think. I have to remove it afterwards. Wait, no, I actually can remove it. Because now I just force the player to change. Like afterwards I would actually do that. Okay, after that I would remove the chosen card. But at this point I should change GM1 player to 4. And actually, well, GM2 dot player change. And then I do the process where we move the... Okay, not a good display. But we actually move forward the thing, the St. Peter's construction. I think that part of the function is written in status 4 already. No, it's not. Okay, if that is not written here, then we need to do it in GM1. I still feel like we would like written something like that. Or like at least I have some logic for actually like moving forward those things. Oh wait, I did it in CP. Okay. Okay, I did it in higher CP. Well, if I did it in higher CP, I can still copy and paste, I guess. So control fortified, buy things, explore, conquest. Where did I even write it? Wait, I thought I definitely wrote it. Did I not even wait? Oh, okay, that's actually just lines. But that works. That works. I'll just copy and paste those lines then. So plus equal. I don't know. Card selected. Does that have a CP value? Okay, that doesn't have a CP value. That's unfortunate. Not like that's unfortunate, but let's see. I can use ID. I can use ID to retrieve CP. Then I'll not remove that yet because I need it. I need it to get the CP. Okay. Plus or equal to from dot element at random index dot CP. I think that is an integer. Yes, that is an integer. Okay, so this is a parcel. Let's see. One card can at most have 5 CP, so we can always reset. Good. And GM1 update VP, GM2 on VP. Okay, I think this will work. And not can ransom. I think this is XCOM. Well, we could change the player back, but I don't think it matters that much. I'll just change it back to 0. Okay, so then we start this coroutine for remove communication. I have this already, and this should go to case 8. Okay, start. Status -1. Oh, I guess I could do the power. Wait, the player change doesn't need to happen here. It could happen in GM2, right? Yeah, that actually happened in GM2. Why do I even do it again? Oh, because that's a button callback thing. Okay. Oh, I'll still do it here. And I mean, skip other is at 8. Yeah, it's at 8. And the status is also at 8. Let me put a break here. What else? I need to write the skip. Wait, no, else. Else is on phase end, actually. I will also reset current text. Well, I could do segment plus plus, but the last segment is kind of declaration of war. I don't think I can get to it today. Skip. We already got 3 and we already got 4. I don't know. How do we not mess up the indexing? I don't want to do like case 2.5. It's not going to work. Let's do case 4 because I know 4 doesn't have a skip. I'm pretty sure about that. What else? So if we skip that, we definitely need to reset this, and status reset to -1 false. I don't need to. Yeah, this text is always skip. I think that part is okay, and I will remove the XCOM at 0, and I will call GM on phase 3 again. Okay, that might work. I think I need to update the board at some point. So where should I do that? Because that one actually concerns the board, not only the VP points. So here, after I remove that thing. No, it's more like I should refresh the board here already. I should do it already. Hand marker script. That is an on VP. But I do have an on VP, I think. Okay, I do it afterwards. I think it might work. Let me see. I'm actually not sure if the on VP would propagate to all the players at this point. If it doesn't, then I'll find out, I think. Well, first I need to see. Well, the problem is now I do not have the the code for actually excommunicate any player. I actually do not have that code. So if I want to do it, I'll have to do a bonus one.add and just randomly. Well, maybe that would work. That would actually work, because our code is versatile enough for that. Although now I do not have any backend code, I can just randomly put that code on the put that piece on the board. That's actually doable. Not the best idea though. I should have written the backend first. Okay, that actually worked. I can't really believe it. That actually worked. Okay, anyway, so that's what happened to the arrows? I hope I don't have to rewrite them. I feel like my one way would be just to rewrite the thing, but it's not a good idea. I mean, now we should skip over phase segment 3, the ransom of leaders, because I took away that capture leader. Okay, now here's the problem. Because it not only skip over that part, also skip over the part that we wanted to run. Okay, so if this part count is 0, then we should do a segment plus plus, but we should also call phase 3. Okay, I get it. Wait, no. Please. Okay. Why? Like those UI. I don't know if it's just editor thing, because like sometimes like when people are testing this thing, they just tell me, oh, it might be editor, but no, this is not editor. There's like something is wrong with this. I just don't know what is wrong. Phase 3. Wait, is segment not 4? Oh, it's because I did not call the... Okay, I see. I did not call that function. So I will do it now. Head marker script dot... can remove XCOM. This is actually a quite like very smart finite state machine. I don't know, I just feel like I learned too much about like game design in general, like not like too much, but like too much like crash course like in the last 2 weeks that I feel like wait, I didn't understand anything before, but now I think I understand a lot more, and I just want to go and really design some of the RPGs that I index out of range. Wait a moment. Start button 352. Ah, right, because this is not possible. But why would that be an index out of range? Oh, I don't know why would that be an index out of range. Can I still try to skip? No, skip also index out of range, but skip should not have index out of range because that's 36. Okay, button status. I need to activate skip 4. So JM2 I'll activate skip 4. Right, this is 4. Okay, we should be able to fix that. I don't know, I feel like I want to keep coding, or like at least I code in something that I know how to do, or like my brain kind of knows the structure. But I also want to... I don't know, I feel like logic is not sufficient, but only working with logic is not enough for me, like, anymore, at least at this point, not anymore. Okay, I need to disable the skip button. I guess, like, not a problem, but like my issue, like here, is that I always want to work with logic, but I always want to create experience. Or like I feel like experience is kind of the thing that mattered. And I mean, I know how the structure works to enable experience to happen, but this part is kind of like too much logic, or like I kind of know how to make things good, but this thing doesn't give me the space to make it good that way. Not because board game doesn't give me the space. Board game has a huge space actually, but how to say it? But the problem is more like I don't know. Let me think. Let me think about how to. Button chargeable should be false. Why is button chargeable not false? Oh, because I didn't click it. Okay, so then that's in the start button. Okay, it's here. It's deactivate skip. Okay, it's here. And I will also reset the text, I guess. Wait, I actually reset the text. Why? Why does that thing not get reset? Wait, what? I thought we get it here. XCOM count is definitely 0. No, it might not be if we do not. Wait, I know we remove it. Okay, we remove at 0. This one should actually be 0. Oh, what is the problem then? Oh, because we called too early. That might be the case. Let's call it here then. GM2 on phase 3. Okay, I'll call it here. Then I think that one will be activated. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just don't feel confident enough about that part, like, of my ability. I kind of feel confident about like the mathematical, like coding, or like this like logical part. But in terms of like designing or like how to plan out the whole thing, I don't know. Haven't succeeded like at any point really. So I still want to, and I still want to like, especially when I still have some time to do it, because I know it's kind of. Oh wait, let's see. We actually got 3 CPs. Was that 3 CP? I kind of didn't remember how many CPs were there, so I'll try to load the game and okay, I didn't realize the load wouldn't work. But let me see the CP. I didn't see the CP value last time. I will also try to see which player like what cards like Power 1 has. Okay, so let me see. We have those cards. Okay, now I see it. Well, there is one story that I always want to make. That one is to be near, and it actually is not kind of boring, but it's kind of not that interesting in terms of like RPG kind of design. It is like not like simple, but it's okay. I should not talk about this while I'm like, still reading. I cannot. I didn't remember which card we chose. Okay, never mind. I'll stop talking once I reach that stage, because I still didn't check if the CP is right. Okay, I'll talk about it after this. Okay, see, if we try to remove, this is a 3-point card. Okay, 3-point card, let's see, that card is gone. Okay, it's not here either. It's 3. Okay, good. The x-coordinate is a bit off. Let me see. How did I do the VP? I think I have the VP at status 4. Let me change the hand 15, hand 16. St. Peter's 0. Okay, this is offset x1. I'll change offset x1 to be a bit larger. Wait, it's a status. Okay, offset x1. No, it's not x1. This is like, wait, yeah, x1. I'll do 29, I think. I'll do 29 for both of this. But for now, I think this part is fine. I probably don't need to change a lot of stuff anymore. Let me test one thing. I want to see if the display is okay for now. Okay, display is fine, good. Because before we had a really weird bug where the read-only part is always modified. I do not know why. Like, I still don't know why, but now it's not happening, so it's good enough. Let me check the skip function is working. Yeah, that is kind of a story that I didn't write. Well, like the writer kind of gave me permission to do like other types of work like based upon that, and that would include to try to adapt it into the game. It is kind of I don't know, like a 50k word story, and it's pretty much general audience. I think it's like an adventure story, like general audience kind of adventure story. It is like exciting enough, I think. I've been wanting to like make that into an RPG game for I don't know, for probably like 5 or 6 years already, because I kind of read that story like 6 years ago, and yeah. I just feel like there's a lot of like design work that could happen because that story has a lot of flexibility in terms of how to do the things and like how to make the adventure interesting. It also has a kind of a main quest kind of thing. It has a main quest and it has like several side quests like already like portrayed in the story. Like I do not need to write a lot of extra side quests, which is really nice. Yeah, but anyway, that's kind of, I feel like that story would really like teach me how to design certain things. Because I don't want to improvise too much on how to play it, but I do need to, I kind of do need to know what's there and try to utilize what's already there and kind of like twist it into a real game. That's why I feel like if I were to like learn like game design or like try to learn like more aspects of game design, I would choose that story. I do have other like more interesting like stories in mind that would make like wonderful like RPG games, but they are too difficult in some way, or like I don't want to make them bad. I think for that story, I know like if I can adapt, then it's not going to be bad in any way. So that's kind of my mindset behind that. But I don't know. I don't know if I would have free time. I mean, for Here I Stand, I think my deadline is around March. Like, suppose I finish around March. I don't know how much time I would have like after that to do game like design. I just think that thing like requires a lot of like design beforehand, before I really get into coding, because coding is really like the coding or the logical, the mathematical part is the easiest part for me. Okay, so status 4. I've written the declaration of war procedure in depth form, I think, is what I did like 3 days ago, kind of. Right, this one. So we would have a list of integer, which means like the powers we can highlight. Let me do an I enumerator. That one will definitely need an enumerator. Probably would be like I enumerator wait declaration of war. Okay, so this is the one, and well, I'll do the start coroutine here. This one also follows like strictly follows the impulse order, so that's fine. Wait, this one. Oh, let's see. The main loop is definitely, yeah, I need a depth form. I need this, I need GM1 player. I also need this for loop. Yeah, I really want to do that. Or I feel like since I've been having this like crash course on like game design, like all these different aspects, I feel like it might be a time for me to really learn more about it. But I'm still kind of hesitating. I just don't want to let go of the part of like this coding, because I think I've learned a lot about like game development in the like coding part. I don't know, like other stuff there are just like too many interesting things for me to learn. I cannot learn them all. Well, let's see, what is a good... I don't think highlight selected is good. This part of the I enumerator, the bad thing is I cannot make it static. So the skip button technically can only modify a boolean. It can modify boolean states in GM2, but it cannot stop this I enumerator directly. Oh hey, good evening. Good evening, the wizard. I probably still want to code this for like 20 minutes, and then I don't know. I want to play like one campaign in Darkest Dungeon and then go to Baldur's Gate. But sometimes the one campaign in Darkest Dungeon kind of lasts too long. Oh no, maybe just not going to the Cove. Cove is like too difficult. Yeah, I'm only at like 15 hours for Baldur's Gate. I think like one playthrough is probably like 35 hours. Like in the current patch. Oh yes, sure. I mean that is faster than Darkest Dungeon, I think. Yes, I would like to do that. And also I've been like watching some Dominion like videos about like how other people do the like daily challenges, and I don't know. They just have like really good combos that I would never like think of, I feel like. But they're really good. I mean, they can actually beat the AI. That's kind of already good enough. I always like lose horribly to the AI. Let's see. I'll just use this one boolean state. Declaration of war. Procedure. Well, let's see. Segment 5. 25 curses. Are there that many curses? I thought curses are, I don't know, 10 or something. How do you get 25 curses? But I mean, you seem to know people that really like play this game well. At least now I know like some strategy on like just getting curses to the other player. Oh, you realize? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, so in real life they are kind. Okay, the setup is probably not exactly the same then. But does the game also last longer in real life? Well, I'll probably play Dominion in around 20 minutes because I want to get to like around 2 hours and then play games. So I was okay. I was kind of sighing because I kind of missed my desktop or like my board game collection. I left in the US. I only brought like very few rule books with me. I wish I could like see them again or like build up my collection again. Now I just don't have that many games with me. Now I rely on like tabletop simulator. Okay, so wait, where am I? Okay, enumerator. So here we want to set. Well, I want to set the weight. Wait, I'll set it here. Boolean state 33. How many expansions do you have? Like Dominion really has a lot of expansions. Ah, an hour. That's a really long game. But this must be really fun. Like if you play for an hour, it's probably a very close and very tight one. Oh, and there are also like a lot more provinces. I see. Okay, I guess it's because I like start Dominion like from this like online version. I kind of thought of this as a like a quicker game than it probably is. 25 curses. Well, also a lot of shuffling then. For this like deck building kind of game, like if you play it in real life, you can shuffle a lot of cards. Well, the VP probably goes up and down like a lot more often. So. I mean, in real life, I don't know. Right, that must be like a lot of cards. Just like a lot of cards in general. Oh, okay. So that's fine. That's fine. Wait, where am I? I think I just kind of got lost. 33. So for 33, we kind of flag that thing as true here. So if gm1.player is equal to 5 and no, I don't want to do that. I think I want to get the list first. Do I have a way to get the list from? Oh yeah, I have a way. I can just do it now. This int I'll call trace. I know it's not a good name. So dip form and player index. Player index is just gm1.player. So while boolean states is still true. Oh yes, I realized that I've let me see, is it actually a good time to do it now? Because now I think I do have some kind of, not like tutorial, but like enough guide. Actually, I'll do it now, I think. Because Declaration of War is not that, it's not something that I cannot like pick up tomorrow. I can definitely pick up that tomorrow. So, if I just click start. This is a game board. As you can see, it's like literally like a map. And you have those like 6 main colors, like the green one for Ottoman Empire, the yellow one for Habsburg, and the red one for England, for the blue one for France. Well, the purple is kind of for papacy, and the Protestant is brown, but now they do not have any event. This is a game that kind of like try to tell the story of like wars of the Reformation. So like each player would play like one major power like among those 6, and there are like minor powers, but they are not like controlled by the by real like people, at least for in the beginning, not controlled by real people. Well, wait, are you there? That's kind of the thing that I don't know, just like try something random there to make me realize you are actually there while I'm explaining this, or like just give me some feedback, because I'm not that good in general like explaining those things. So I would want to know like how I did. Yeah, I'll wait for you a little bit. Like if you write something, then okay, you're here. Good, because yeah. Okay, so so as you can see, like in the beginning, this is turn 1. This game has like a couple of like different scenarios, but in general, we have like 9 turns. Like each turn kind of represents kind of 10 years in like real history. It's pretty like simplified history, but it's still like kind of yeah. So for the first turn, this is 1517, I think. Yeah, the first turn represents like 1517, where the first event is kind of Luther's 95 Theses. You don't have to know about the history really. I mean, if you want to read about it, feel free to read about it. But it is basically like what's described here. The Protestant power always like play this one card. Well, this one card is also like mandatory and removed from deck after this play. So it's basically I'll play it as an event, and then you can see the board. So if I zoom in to this part of the map, the description here says like at Luther at Wittenberg. Wittenberg is here, so Wittenberg is here. Yes, so I can zoom in here. So Wittenberg is like one of the electorates. So if I put Luther there and convert this Wittenberg to the Protestant religious influence, then this marker will change to another color. Let me show. Okay, I cannot show the colors very effectively because the color is pretty much not here. Let's see. Is this one good enough? Well, I can also play it actually, because so I'll just no. If I play it, it will be too much progress, I think. But basically, like when you see those markers here, these are like control markers. They literally mean like what power controls this space. Most of the places here do not have control powers. Most of the cities, like the circles, the hexagons, the squares, like all of them are cities, and these are like the places that those powers want to have, so that they would have like more victory points. I mean, you can see that Habsburg, who has the yellow color, doesn't actually put like control markers here, but they have control markers all over the place here. It's because like from this like background color, we already know that Habsburg have all the spaces under control. Like it's kind of assumed. Like we assume France have all this like blue color spaces, but for this like brown ones, it's kind of difficult to see like what power actually controls them, because like Protestant has not become like really a power yet at the beginning of the game. So now like all of them are just like under Habsburg control, and so the control markers are like here. So if we add 2 regulars, the regulars are like those soldiers. Well, the numbers literally mean like how many regulars are there. So you can see like in Vienna there are like 4 regulars, all like belong to Habsburg there. And yeah, so the logic for like the numbers and the boats, the squadrons are the same. Like the number to show like how many of them are stacked there. So here, Protestant player makes 5 Reformation attempts, targeting the German language. So okay, Protestant player is like literally the current player. We can see like which player we're playing right now, like from the bottom right. And when we say like Reformation attempts, it is some kind of procedure that's a bit complicated in terms of like calculation. Like in real games, like I don't know, I feel like players always need to like really like add up all these different things. Like you can see you need to like first pick a target space, and then add up dice, and then roll dice, and then determine if you succeed. But I mean, it's good that this is now like automatic. This is all like backend, just like functions. So in my UI, it would be like the highlighted spaces are the spaces that like the Protestant player can make Reformation attempts. So if I click one, this would, like you can see here, the direction kind of tells you, just like pick 5. If I pick one, this one would show like what dices we got, and if it succeeded or if it failed. If this one failed, we can continue to try. If this one succeeded, you will see the mark actually changed. For now, it didn't change. I can change the transparency, and you can see the marker didn't change at all. But then I hope we get at least 1 successful attempt. No. Okay, this one is better. It's lucky here. So you can see here the control marker changed from like the yellow, like this yellow background to the white background. That kind of means this Reformation attempt succeeded, and Protestant now controls this space. We can also see it from this part, like this. The text is a bit small, but it basically means like how many spaces does Protestant control at this point. In the beginning, it's 0, because like Protestant does not have any space. Now, when we convert Wittenberg, then Protestant has 1, and now we convert this one also, so Protestant has 2. This thing will impact the VP. VP is shown down here. Protestant has the brown color, so it now has like 0 VP. I mean, Protestant will get more as like more spaces are converted. But basically, like the point of converting spaces for Protestant is to get VP eventually. I don't know how many attempts we have left, but probably 1. Let's try. Okay, we actually got 3. So you can see here, like after we play that card is discarded, but we converted 3 spaces. And that is pretty much it for the first phase, because that card is played and like, nothing more can be done. So here we would direct the player to go to the next phase. So the next phase is card draw. Like you can see, like all players get a different number of cards in their hands now. Those cards are not for play, like they cannot be played immediately because this phase literally only does card draw. It also puts like some leaders onto the board, like those leaders were not on the board before that. But this phase is pretty much like automatic, like draw cards automatic. Like players do not do anything in this phase, at least not in this version. I mean, in real life you have to like deal out cards, but in this version, like everything is done automatically. You just get the card, and I mean you can look through like different players and see what cards they have. And I want to point out something here. This is like the diplomacy status display. It's not very clear, but if you see like at war, it literally means like those two powers are at war with each other. In the beginning of the game, those three are like default at wars. Habsburg and France are always at war, and France and Papacy are always at war. Ottomans is actually also at war with a minor power, but it's not very important for now because no one controls that power yet. Okay, so then if we go to the next phase, it's the diplomacy. That kind of offers the player a chance to modify this. Like if they want to stop a war with someone, or if they want to have like to declare war on someone, or they want to form an ally with someone, like that's kind of what this phase is for. In real life, like the first segment of diplomacy phase is kind of a negotiation phase, which means like the players would actually go talk to each other, like maybe like privately talk to each other and to like make some kind of agreement. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting if it's like played in real life, because player like come up with like different like really random stuff, or like really like unexpected thing. Actually, like a lot of like betrayals or like some super fun stuff happen during this phase. But basically, the choices you can make during this phase is you can end war with someone, you can form alliance with someone, or you can like blow a squadron and enable leaders to alliance. You can give random card draw. I mean, all of these are like, of course, like negotiated already. Yeah, so those are all the available options. Well, there is a tip here. Like on turn 1, diplomacy phase is abbreviated. Like only the English player and the players that hold negotiation with the English player move. But in general, this phase is where you kind of talk to other people and try to figure out if you can like get something from other people and also like do some exchanges, I think. I mean, Ottoman is at war with a minor power, so minor power cannot negotiate at this point. So, well, Ottoman cannot really do anything. This goes okay. If Ottoman has finished that part of the form, then we go to the next player. I think the player always goes from Ottoman, Habsburg, England, France, Papacy, and Protestant. That's kind of always the order to go. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. The one thing here is that you can kind of betray another player. Like if, like for example, if I've agreed with someone that we would end war, but when we really announce the deal, I just say, no, I do not want that. That can actually happen and the war will not end. That's kind of the part of the negotiation phase. Like, I don't know, it's very interesting at least. So if all of the players have like declared all the deals that they like want to make, then we go to the next part, which is the like suing for peace. This literally means surrender. Like this is not like suing for peace, this is surrender. So like if you're at war with someone, like for example Habsburg is at war with France, then there is an option to go to diplomacy and just like surrender to France here. I can't actually do that. Yeah, so now France will be awarded with like some bonus VP because Habsburg surrendered. And the at war marker will also disappear. So yeah, so those two powers are not at war anymore, and the other, like the winner, would get VPs. I somehow did not. Okay. Well, anyway, there are other things that you could do in the diplomacy phase. Like you could ransom another player, you could remove excommunication, or you could declare war. That's kind of what I wrote today, but I didn't finish, so I do not want to test it and go into some bugs. But I mean, I hope I explained a little bit. I explained like the first three phases, I think. The first three phases are not very interesting because like players do not get to play cards. But I think then we would get to more like interesting phases where like actually things happen. I think, I don't know, I mean, I feel like you could already see that in this version, a lot of things are very automatic. Like, those things would not be automatic at all if it were like a board game. Like, people really need to read a lot of rules and like add up a lot of dices or like manually calculate a lot of things. Where here, like everything is pretty much automatic. Like they would check if a space, like if an action is allowed, or like if you actually have a war going on, that kind of stuff. That's kind of one of the reasons I want to make this game, because I feel like it's very difficult to introduce people into this game because the rulebook is very long. There's like 48 pages, and not a lot of them are like skippable. Like they really, like players really need to know their options, or like need to know a lot of rules so that this, I don't know, so that they do not have a disadvantage like comparing to players who know the rules. But I feel like in my version, at least a lot of things are like greatly simplified or like automatic. Like you are already like provided with like so many options. Like the only thing you need to do is just to choose what to do, not like to read the rule books. But anyway, that's kind of the part I think I would explain today, because that's already like the time to play some Dominion, I think. Let me switch to Dominion. I don't know, I think I didn't explain too well because the rule is actually quite complicated and I'm not that good at that, but I tried. And this is actually a very nice game. I really like this board game. I just feel like it's like designed very well, like in general. It's okay. I guess I would be waiting for you then. Wait, that is yes. Okay, I would be waiting for you. Yes, that's a lot of rules. That's why I want to make it like especially, because this is a game that I really cannot like introduce to my friends who do not like to read rule books. Like there's like zero chance that that other people would understand. Like with me, like without those like automatic calculations, because the calculations are really really complicated. Like one explained like, I don't know, like when I explain the Reformation attempts, I basically just tell you like you need to add up dices. But actually like how you would add up dices and how you choose spaces like are really like really complicated in real life if you want to like do it yourself. And I don't know, I feel like I've been like tricked by other people who know the rules more than I do. And that's kind of really unfair. It's like, you can really trick other people if they don't read the rulebooks as well. But I mean, if it's automatic, then that thing at least doesn't happen, I guess. I mean, players kind of forget about like certain exceptions or like certain parts of rules all the time for that game because there's just like too many, and also there are like different scenarios or like different setups, and I don't know. That's just too complicated if it's not automatic sometimes. At least that's what I feel. It's really a good game, but like difficult to introduce to other people. Okay, wait, I don't even. Okay, let's see. Some of those cards I've never seen, like the console room. Wait, that thing. This card is not. It's not only good for me; it's also good for my opponent. Each of the cards may. Wait, sorry, let me. Yeah. I mean, next time I'll continue because the next 3 phases are all like implemented already. No, we don't have any curses. See, +2. Okay, I have 2, that's 4. Oh, okay, this is a pre-designed. Okay, does the game actually have like a set of pre-designed deck? I mean, it's not random. I mean, I guess you mean like when you say like pre-designed, you mean like it's not random. But I mean, I don't know that many counters to certain things, so I think there's no. Oh, there is an attack. Okay, this is counted as an attack card. I was like thinking, why do we have mode? We do not have attack. Let's see. I'll just get a suit. I need to read those 3 cards. I don't understand them yet. Treasure card from your hand. Yeah. Okay. Wait, the King's Court looks really nice. Wait, what did you play? A vassal, nice. Oh, okay. So it's per expansion. Right. Oh wait, colony. What? Wait, what does that mean? Does it change? Oh wait. Oh yeah. So we have so many. Okay. We have one more set of I don't know, victory condition. Like, does victory condition change here, or is victory condition still the same? Yes, yes. Does that change victory condition? Is it like still like provinces? What did I do? Did I do something really? I don't know. So this is 9, 5. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know either. But it might make the game longer. Like for now, I don't see a card that's like actually that good. Not like that good, but well, I could try, I guess. I don't know, a lot of those cards look really good. 5. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I fully understand what like trashing a card mean, or I feel like I've been like misunderstanding that part when I play with AI. Or like, does trashing kind of remove it like permanently from the deck? I guess that's my question. I don't know. I feel like the problem is like all the. Okay, so it is like permanently like discard card. Okay. Well, I guess it could be good. But wait, I need something. I need something to make this work. Oh, I think I have some idea, but I don't think my idea will necessarily work. Wait, what? Did I know what's happening? Each other player reveals the top 3 card. Okay. Did I do anything? I feel it didn't do anything. Or it's probably, well, let's see. Oh, You have so many cards. What to cry? Yeah, this is fun. I really want to see what you're doing. Wait, what? How do you have so many walls? Oh, that's cool. Ah. No, I don't think my strategy is working. Or I feel like I'm not lucky enough to draw the card that I want to. Oh, I actually got achievement. Apparently because I've played the builder too many times, but anyway. 2. Not many things that I could do. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, is this 2, 4, 6, 8, 9? Ah. Oh, you actually play 3. Oh, that's that's the way to get 6 cards. Okay. You have so many. There's so many pies. Let's see. Let's see. No, which one is the best? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's good, but I don't think I don't want to get it now. I don't think it's a bit too late. I was still hoping for the combo from King's Fort, but I haven't got it yet. Let me see. Oh. Oh, I feel like I just can't do anything this time. Yeah, I shouldn't even play that. Never mind. That's unfortunate. Okay. I feel my attack is just a lot of things were just gone. How many cards do you even have? At this point, I'm like, wait. This combo is strong. I think I don't want to discard anything. Oh, how many cards do you have there? Okay, I hope this works. Oh no. Like, oh no, that's... let's see. Okay, one action. Oh wait, village is already bought out. We are both like trying to stack up. Let's see. What is going to be bought out next? Okay, my hand is once again very much not easy to see. Let's see. Uh, 8, 10, 11, 11, 13. Yeah. Nice board game. Very difficult though. Not like very difficult, but a lot of strategies. I don't think it's very difficult, but there's like a lot of very fun strategies. Yeah, the art is really nice. A lot of fun, especially like getting beat by the hard AI. The hard AI of this version is really like difficult to beat. Oh, it's Dominion. I'll type it. I should have put it in the game category. No, I do not want this card. No, actually the hard AI is kind of like the open AI that beats the Dota, the particular patch of Dota. I mean, that's kind of a very similar strategy or like similar techniques building this AI. It's kind of super cool in the in the neural network kind of sense. Oh no, if I really know more about like the practical part of the AI, I would say a lot more, but I don't know that much. You may play actual cards. No, I don't think I can anymore. Wait, how many cards do I have? Oh, the display is a bit misleading because I can't really see how many cards I have there. Okay, that was annoying. I don't like the display when you have like multiple cards stacking up, but it's not like horizontal yet. Like I just cannot see what number of cards I have. Oh no. Oh no, but I didn't play the card in the right way. In the right order, I mean. Wait, you already got too many colonies. I might need to fight with you for that. Can't really though. No, I can't really, but I think I built up my card like too slowly. I should have gotten the expand earlier because my strategy was to kind of convert silver to gold and then like from gold to yeah, but it's I think I played it too slow. Oh no, I'm going to lose. Or it's more like I feel like I can choose if I want to like immediately lose or I want to lose it later, but it's like that I'll lose. I don't have enough time to gain the colonies anyway. The problem is I cannot get the colony, and it's basically your choice of like when you get them. Oh no. Yeah, there's really no way for me to. Yeah. I'll see. I want to get one colony before I lose at least. I guess I didn't realize that expand only works like kind of like next round, like when all the cards already like shuffled. Like or like after cards are shuffled, so I thought it's kind of immediate, but it's not immediate. That's yeah. Yeah. Well, GG. I mean, this is nice game. Although I didn't, I feel like I had a strategy at some point at least. But well, I think I'm getting better. Although probably not good enough to be the hard or like DQ anyway. Let me get some border skates. I actually played a little bit. Yes, I think those like set of 10 cards are really good for a lot of different combos. Well, but I mean, those set of 10 cards, like, are there other combos like other than just like draw a lot of cards and like get a lot of buys from the oh no, from the +4 card, like +1 buy. I don't remember what, like which card is that, but I feel like that's kind of the key of that deck. But we kind of chose like different approaches of like how to actually build the combo. Oh wait, I didn't stream this part. Okay, I hope it doesn't lag too much. Yes, we're here. No, any doors. Right, I remember. Now we are pretty much underground. I want to get out though. I don't want to be here. Not like I don't want to be here, but I know beyond this is pretty much a boss, like the spider, which I cannot fight yet. I will not repeat that again. That. Okay, I'm going to show you where I died, or like where I repeatedly try to save and load files. I'll go to where is this. Oh wait, my teammate's actually not here. Wait, what's wrong with that? My teammate actually not target group too far away. Never mind, I messed up the group setting. Okay, so are we close enough? Okay, now let's go. Oh, that's kind of our last fight, basically spiders. I mean, this place is basically spiders. I have a strategy to do this fight, but I'm not sure how easy it is to really execute that. So basically, I would break up the party and I would try to hide and let one person go here. They do not get encumbered. Nice. So you can see that's the boss. Oh no! Please don't! Oh no. Okay, that's kind of the part I said, like I don't know how easy it is to execute that. This is the wrong thing to do. Okay, you can see why it's difficult, because that spider immediately activates all the spiders.
Oh, hells.
I should go here and then kind of shoot this spider. Oh no, it doesn't work. I hope I would not die. It's actually very possible that I just die here. But let me end turn. I want to let one of my teammates kind of shoot all the wolf. Okay, this is not good. Whoa. I may need to load my files. This is literally why I kind of load my file multiple times here, because this boss fight is very difficult to execute. Never mind, let's go back. Let's not do this fight. Okay, this boss is just too difficult. Well, I think the key is to kind of shoot the spider webs, like the webs. Like the webs really need to like go like not like as soon as possible, but as soon as the boss is like on the web. That's kind of the key, but it's difficult to execute. I can kind of shoot the web. Oh no, I can kind of shoot it now. But like you can see, like one hit may just like shoot the web like completely. Like I just cannot go to the other place anymore. Like basically, I have to load game again. That's kind of, I feel like this fight is difficult to execute because you have to get the webs to like 1 out of 4 that kind of house, and then you make sure you kind of one hit that thing. Yeah, that's just... I feel like it might be easier if we have more like AoE spells. Like now we just do not have AoE. Let's get out. So I could try to go to the goblin camp. Let's do that.
Son, I'm shooting arrows at this dwarf. It's great. Sad is stick. What's a tick got to be sad about?
The difficult part about the goblin camp is that... Wait, what's this? Okay, this is the goblin camp.
Bloody racket.
We already went through this door last time, so the challenge is really to how to clear these 3 areas without like fighting 20 of them. That's kind of the difficult part. I'm going to break its party quite soon, because I think the party cannot stay this way.
Smells like burnt flesh in here.
I think already... Let's see... I need to kill some of them while they are not kind of in a group. Because if they're in a group, it's pretty much not doable anymore. If I go into this room, or actually get those guys into this room, I can use this barrels for my advantage. But not here. This is too difficult. I cannot attack this. Can I try to attack this actually? Nope, doesn't work. Well, there are kind of 3 fights that we can pick. One with the priestess, one with the boss inside that room, and one with this one. With this one, there is one way to cheese the fight. Or at least I think there is one way to cheese the fight. Wait, who is this guy? I didn't see this one.
Greetings, child. I've met few aside from goblins here.
You recognize the scourge. This man is a follower of Leviata, goddess of pain.
Okay.
Ah, are you also here to assist?
Oh wait, we're going to save the prisoner. Nice. What prisoner?
The gentleman being held next door. My acquaintance is
That doesn't
working
sound
on
good.
him, I believe. While I was thrilled to be invited here,
Wait, I feel like they're
I must
torturing the
confess,
druids.
I
No.
find the goblins and their methods crude and primitive. Pain without purpose is a terrible thing.
I don't think this is
Wouldn't you
something that
agree?
I want to know. It's okay. Okay. But anyway,
Exactly. Pain is an intimate thing.
I
It should be delivered with a loving and
don't know what to say to that.
hand. But trying to discuss such subtleties with these creatures is simply...
We're trying to save that guy. The problem is,
Forgive
how
me,
do we
but
get
that look
the
in your
druid
eyes,
out of here?
Something terrible has happened to you. Because I see those same
Okay, this one
eyes
also
when
has
I
the
look in the mirror, dear
tadpole.
one. We've all suffered in these dark times.
He speaks really slow.
Please, let me alleviate this pain.
How would you do
As the
that?
maiden of pain, the goddess Leviata teaches us through penance. administered by my...
No,
my
no, no,
work
please
can
don't.
grant peace and serenity. The likes
This doesn't sound good at all.
See this. Don't you dare say no.
Oh, okay. He really won't. Should I try to go through this random thing? Well, let's try. I don't know what's okay. I know Asteria would approve, but this doesn't sound good. I think this guy is going to torture me.
and I are interested in how you handle pain.
Okay, every part of this sounds wrong. This is.
And should you delight her, you will most assuredly receive her most gracious blessing. Trust me.
Already regret it.
Simply face the wall, and we can begin.
Do I want to know what that thing is about?
Face the wall and let
What?
us begin.
I have to face the wall? Can make one of my teammates do that? Wait, what's this? On receiving her blessing.
Move
Oh,
to the wall
no.
and face it.
I kind of know what I'm going to go through. I'm going to die, right?
Yes. This will
This-
go nicely.
This just doesn't sound good. I knew it.
The pain you suffer will cleanse you.
The-
Do not.
Why do I need to suffer this for Asteria? Like, please don't. I think I'm going to do the performance because this is like... Yeah, I'm going to...
Your voice sounds so sweet.
I'm really not the one for this, no.
Oh, bravo!
I know Asteria wants to see it, but I don't want to do it. Like, why? Okay, are we down here? I hope we're down here.
Come now, dear child. It is time to repent.
Do I need to do war?
And there is more to come.
Oh no. Can now make a
Proof that
more
we
performance so that he will stop.
live in it.
Like, please, I just stop. Yeah, I'll do this. This just sounds so wrong. Why am I even here?
Your voice sounds so sweet.
I mean, they are quite satisfied, but I don't want to keep going. I just want to see the end of it. Like, can I just...
Good. Turn
Wait.
towards the wall.
I'm going to die.
Child, you bore the pain like a true believer. I am proud to have served you this penance.
What? Okay, I'm like, it was an interesting experience.
Interesting is an understatement, dear one.
Can we get our rewards now? I'm not even here for this thing.
Performance inspiring. She has deemed
Okay, good. I'm only here for the blessing. I'm not here for the torture part. Oh wait, what's this? Is it a buff of something?
And on a personal note, thank you. That was positively divine.
Okay, what is this buff?
Well, what have you up to?
Oh wait, what did that? Okay.
That was not what I expected to see today.
Until long rest. Okay. Actually, can one of our teammates go through that also? I mean, as I already went through that, I mean...
You have already...
Yeah, I know, but... Since Asteria wanted too much, can he actually go through that?
Or perhaps... Aim. So it is with the...
Okay, no, cannot. But now I'm at like 4 out of 21. Let's see. I cannot fight anymore this way. Let's do a short rest. That's some like interesting experience. Here. But wait, I still don't get to see the prisoner. Where's the prisoner? Oh no, the prison. Oh no, this is a bard. This is not even the prisoner. Not even the real one.
Don't go bothering my pigeon. He's mine.
He's a really, like, I don't know, he's a really bad bard. Like, he doesn't even write good lyrics.
Pidge. Keep him safe. Listen to him.
I mean, comparing to me, he's really bad.
Some such. What's it to ya?
I don't like one of my own, but
Catch one on your own.
As the symbol glows, power.
I want to
courses
save
through.
him. Let's see. Is there a way to do it? Yeah, I'm just going to go the deception way. I'm quite good at talking. I mean,
Take him for a joke, why don't ya? And don't let the lads snatch him up. No, tell him what they'll do.
okay, I'm going to take him for
Bring
a
him
walk.
back when he's all tuckered out.
But how do
Here's the
I?
key. Pigeon's all yours.
How do I really free him? Let's actually talk to this guy. I always like to talk my way out of things because I think that's kind of more fun than just fighting or just kill everyone. But I mean, oh, nice apple.
Over here.
Cabbage. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I will try to save you, but I need to be.
Or perhaps
I need to be careful. Oh no. He's still writing books. I can't. Not like I can't understand, but why?
Look at this. I'm quite saved. A joy to see a familiar face in such a precarious setting.
Okay, let's figure out a way to actually
The
save you.
rescue of my person will live on for eons. That will sound ridiculous. But
Okay,
fine,
give me proper
if you
credit.
insist,
Give me proper credit.
as much as it pains me to cede creative control. Once I've written you into one of my books, there won't be a tavern in Faerun you can enter without receiving a hero's.
Okay, that sounds nice.
We mustn't tarry, but I'd hate for our friendship to end here. Please, won't you meet me once we've both slipped the goblin yoke?
How do you even get here?
By design, my friend. How better to learn the ways
Okay,
of
he's a
people
true
than to
adventurer.
live
I don't even know
among
how.
them. I dare say the experiment has proven most fruitful too. I'll be happy to share my findings once we've found somewhere safe to parley.
How do you intend to? Wait, this one is actually one of our companions.
Invisibility potion.
Oh no!
A bit less
Not like oh no! But I don't.
Bye.
No, I don't want that. I'm gonna go to my camp. The good thing is my camp is very safe.
Smashing.
But
Soon, my friend.
to be honest, I do not want
A
you.
flagon of something liquid and a tale of daring do. I'll slip away when the coast is clear.
We already
Soon,
have a
my
bard,
friend,
and it's
I
me,
simply
so.
can't wait to pick your brain.
Just go.
technique. Or perhaps
Astarion is actually inspired. Why? Well, anyway, the why is not that important for now. How to go from here is important. What is this?
should mind my step.
Let me actually save because We did have some progress in terms of saving that guy. What is this?
Very well.
Oh, you look like you could kick the ass of half the scrubs in here. Bunch of drunken layabouts. No me though. I'm hard as they come.
Oh, that's a little
and I'm itching
little
for a
rat.
nice fight.
What's the next
Drow's
one?
studying the war map, trying to figure it out. You should talk to her. Get the killing started quicker.
Okay. I want to save someone. I'm not very interested in. What is this? Should I know what is this? No, don't.
Watch your step down by the pens. Wargie's been getting fat on your kind lately. Wolf is ready yet. I'm
Okay,
hungry.
nothing really.
Seen this mess? Flaming Fist Thuggo took a chunk out me arm last raid out. Fiercest thing about 'em was the wailing. Till we put an
Okay,
end
I
to
don't
it.
even know which side I'm on.
None
Or like I'm
can
just
stand
like
against the
talking to
smell.
random people like
Not
without
the
trying to
absolute
like get into a
corner.
fight. I kind of don't want to just get through like as much as I could for now and maybe do not die. What is this? I can't see inside. What pants? Oh wait, no, those
something.
beasts.
All right, the bollocks, will ya? I'm itching to throw someone in the brig. It'll be fun, I promise.
Okay, I wouldn't do that, at least not now. Yeah, I cannot steal that. I mean, if there's a door, I can do it. But there's no door. There's no way for me to like steal things without them noticing. Okay, nothing here. But apparently a lot more things. Oh wait, which map are we even on? I don't even know which. That looks like a fight. Let's see. This is complicated. Okay, cave bear. But our prisoner is likely not there. Let's ask around and just see what's wrong here, or like what is this place?
Hands off. This one's for the pups.
Are they kind of raising those beasts or something? Oh, they're like feeding those turtles to the
bear. Just follow the noise.
bear.
I've been going crazy for it. Just hope these scraps will satisfy the bunch when they're in this state.
Okay. But what are they doing exactly? Let me try to go to certain rooms and see.
Keep it up, one.
Oh no, this is an auto save. Every time it auto saves, it's like something will be wrong.
Ain't got time for boring.
I cannot try to break into this place. But there are a lot of... Oh, that's a bear.
It squealed! Hit it again!
Keep your hands steady, 3.
Oh, they're trying to... No, why are they doing that?
Again! Again!
Oh wait, this is not the bear, this is the druid! No, this is the druid! Wait! Let's see. Sharper stones. No. What else are you doing?
Juicing it up. The beast came in here with those robbers. Killed Dink
Oh,
and Vince
wait a
too.
moment.
Boss is
Let me
thinking of
read
serving
this
it to the
part.
Vorgs.
And it makes funny noises.
We made it
The
squeal.
problem is this bear is not a bear. The bear is a druid that we're trying to save. How do we even do this? Like, how do we even do this? But wait, I'll read the chat. Ancient wizard that can make objects fight you. Okay. Because don't have a single human, only objects and animals. What kind of objects are you thinking about? Like kind of polymorph the objects to some kind of human, or are they like still objects? I mean, I think this is a cool. This is a really cool idea. Goblin crew member. I will try to use this because we have to save the druid. Like saving the druid is kind of the priority here, and I know like there's no other way for me to do it.
Yes, of course.
Your mind lurches, reeling suddenly as
Yeah, I know. I
if
shouldn't have used this ability. Like every time I use this ability, like something goes wrong.
But I want to hear it.
But I have to save the druid. The druid cannot stay as a bear.
True soul you're talking to. Show some respect.
Like the mud golems and the snowmen. Okay, that's really good. I mean, as long as it works for the. Oh, okay, please.
the bear sizes you up, wary but not yet attacking.
I have to attack the goblins, really. Okay, it's good that we get to fight them with the bear. I guess that's the only good part. Yeah, I think this is a really cool idea. Nice. Nice. I probably don't want the whole camp be fighting me, but... wait, why am I still not ending the turn? Oh, because they're going out! No, 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 they cannot go out. Wait. That's not good. If they go out, it's pretty much impossible for me to contain this fight inside here. They cannot go out.
Might will prevail.
Oh no, how is this a mess? Like, please, do not run away. If you run away, this fight is really getting on the mark. Oh, I forgot there are two of them there. Oh no. Not like, oh no, but I need to be fast. Okay, here comes a problem. Okay, here comes a lot of problems. Those two apparently like breaking out there. I can deal with that pretty quickly, but I don't think I can. Let's see.
Let's move.
Okay. I don't think that sealed door will hold for that long. Who is this? Okay, that one. Yeah, please do not dash. Oh, don't run away. Don't run away. We can handle this part.
Onward.
Okay, let's see. Let's kill the... Or let's just put them to sleep. That will be good enough. Okay, nice. So at least most of them would not...
A silent spell.
Would not try to escape that soon. Let me see. At some point I can... At some point I can shoot this. It's just because they are all trying to escape, I do not want that to happen. Let me think about it.
Pay attention.
Those two are not asleep at all. Let's see. Let me give some buff. And then try to attack this one. Okay. I hope I'm not always this bad. I feel like I'm really quite bad. This one's sleeping. Let me try to get one of those guys first. Okay, didn't work. Okay, good, this one worked. It's only, please don't run away. Okay, see if the bear can handle that. This one is also not asleep right now. We can try to just kill this. Nice. And what is a dippable surface? Like blood is always okay. I can dip there. That's water. Okay. Oh no. But wait. No. That is some problem, but that's not our priority right now. The priority is to prevent this one from escaping. Let's see. I cannot 1v2 here. It is just not likely that I'll one-hit this one. But I don't think this one will escape that easily. No. I'll try to cast some blind. Oh no, my teammate is also blinded. Ah, why? I thought that would not affect my teammate. Well, for this one, I'm also going to buff the bear because I think the bear fights a lot better than I do.
Listen up.
Vicious work is threatened, 55, 55, 60.
You cyst, you misshapen flesh lump.
Okay, nice. It's good to know that the bear does the fight a lot better than I do. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. I will try to hide. Okay, I guess that doesn't succeed, really. 13! No, I don't think the bear can hold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Critical hit 21. What just happened? Let's see. Is it easy to save the bear? Not that easy, I feel like. He can save Asteria. I wouldn't. The sleep would not affect enough people. And this is 15. I will try to do this. Nice. And apparently I need to go upwards and maybe try to... This is not a difficult surface either. Okay, here. Can I heal the bear? I'm just not that useful. Or like my damage is really like nothing compared to like what the bear can do. 26. Let's try to finish this one. 8. Nice. Concentration saving. Wait, please hit the other one. Why are you hitting? understand. 3D13, but that's the only enemy, right? That's kind of the only enemy here. Yeah, I think that at least that's the only enemy we can see here. No, there's another, but he doesn't see. Okay. Well, I have one more, like Shadow Heart. If you remember, that's the woman with like the kind of dark hair, and I didn't want her here. It's critical miss. I didn't want her here because I don't think a tank can do that much. Okay, good. No, please don't die. I just wish the... What? So many critical hits! Let's see. Okay, last round this is really unfortunate because I... Okay, nice, that one's dead and this one got thrown away. But this one pretty much nothing happened. I also killed one of the potential companions because I do not want her, or I feel like she's like too evil for our party.
Listen here.
6 out of 9. 2 out of... I can't do it. Yes. And then I would do more... Oh wait! Okay, you are back! Good! I'm like, why is the bear still a bear? I thought the druid is not coming back. Good. Now the druid is back, and apparently, like, he is really good. Okay, he's back to a bear. Well, anyway, it's okay that he's a bear for now. I just want him to do some more damage because, like, he just like did nothing pretty much. Okay, let's see. Can I shove this one? Cannot. Okay, I hope the bear doesn't die because I need to save. I need to save like too many people at that point. Vampire bite. That should do it. Nice. Only 4, but it's still okay. I will try to do this one. Nice. And maybe some heal. Oh, I cannot do any more heal. I do not have movement points. Okay, it's good that he didn't just die instantly. I will try to do this. This is 16. Nice. 4 out of 27. I think we got this fight. It was looking a bit shaky at some point, but now it's a bit better. If I do the... Okay, saved, never mind. I was just trying to buff this one because I think the druid does the fighting a lot more than like I do. 37, 36. I have higher accuracy, 25. It's even worse. Let's do 37. Okay. I think we have it. 30. Do we have advantage? No advantage. Let's try. No, that's a miss. Let's save him later. I will have time to save him. I just don't want to do it now. Okay, nice. Now we got it. I will save our story.
Quiet, thou latrine-loving leper.
Okay, nice. And I think the bear got it. Good. Wait, why is this one... What? What is this one doing?
Pardon the viscera.
I don't know, my teammate just suddenly like... suddenly got knocked out.
Goblin guts are quite far down the list.
Well, at least we saved him.
Without knowing if it would savage you. A true
Right, I
friend of
know it's
nature.
him. I know it's him.
Or perhaps a lunatic. Either way,
I think
owe
at this point we
thanks.
have like 6
I
different
am the druid
companions.
Halsin.
Okay, you guys are standing up again, but I still have to save you guys, I assume. Wait, why is this? Why is this like not played? Wait, what?
That look in your eyes. I've seen it before. Are you feeling all right?
I mean, this is a healer. He can really help us. No?
Oak Father preserve you, child. You're infected, aren't you? The Mind Flayer's spawn. But something's different. You're aware of the monster inside you. You don't bow to the Absolute like the true souls do. How is this possible?
I don't know what's happening. I think the artifact has something to do with it. Wait, why is this part of the line not played? I don't know. Maybe they just haven't recorded it yet.
I'll wager. You're after a cure for this parasite.
Yeah. Is this a bug? Please, please.
There
Okay.
also seems to be no way to remove the parasites without triggering seromorphosis.
Oh, okay.
Any attempt risks turning the victim into a
So he cannot really save us.
No.
It's different.
This is different. Altered. But I believe I know where answers can be found.
Why is he not saying the where?
Innocents go in.
I think this part of the animation is just not done very well yet.
Given that all of these true souls are infected, it has to be the source for this magic.
For this magic, that's a misspelling.
I wish I could, but there's still work I've yet to finish.
Okay.
Blood I've yet to spill.
I mean, he has to go back to the druid.
I've no right
grove.
to ask more of you. But if you could help me, I'd be free to join your journey to Moonrise.
Yes, of course.
I cannot allow these butchers to threaten my grove. The natural order must be protected.
Alright.
My thanks. If you prevail, I'll owe you the debt of a lifetime. Rare is the beast that survives decapitation. Help me eliminate the Drow Minthara, the Hobgoblin Draw Ragslin, and that perversion of the
Oh,
priest's
wait.
gut.
All 3 of
They are
them.
the ones holding these parasites together. Remove them, and nature will cure itself.
I don't think I can do it that fast. Yeah.
Be warned.
Astarion doesn't want him. Okay, no wonder.
I can
I'm not
only restrain
surprised.
my bear form so much. I won't be able to help but attack goblins. If I join you, we'll likely have to slaughter this entire place. You may want to use discretion when approaching the goblin leaders.
It's okay.
So be it.
Yeah,
May Sylvanas
I know Gale
lead
really
us
wants
to
that.
fury.
Okay, right. Wait, let's save our teammate first.
Deep and move.
Astarion is still down there. Wait, why are you guys even? No. Okay, we all just like sipped. Let's all just like go through this without much like hustling. Okay, we just keep getting like. Please, can you guys just walk? Just walk like regularly. Just go. Okay, we can also level up. Let's level up. Mage hand. I don't want that. I think I'll use this. Well, maybe not mine, because my damage is really not that good. Phantom. Wait, actually a lot of good things, but I want some buff. I think I want some buff for my teammates. Yes. I mean, that's kind of the main quest of the story. I don't think we will solve this that soon. Like in this Act 1. I just don't think that thing can get removed because we've like asked everyone that claim like they can remove this thing, but none of them really can. So, heat metal. Immune to 4 damage. No, I don't want that. I want some buff. Yeah, I'll have this one. I'll have the shatter. What is replacement spell? Oh, okay, I see. I don't want this one. I'll choose another. Let's see. I'll choose the Crown of Madness. I think the Madness is probably really useful. It comes on hold person, paralyze a humanoid. Yeah, I think I'll do this. I don't know, I feel like this part is okay.
What a day.
Level up Posterior. Charm person. No, I don't need that. Disguise self. Well, actually, do this one. Placement spell. Let's see, magic missile. I think magic missile would be really nice because we already have this too. Poison would also work. But let's do this. Constitution. No, it's fine. We will need a short. Oh, we do not have any short rest.
Quite ready for you.
1d6. 1d6 is too low. Not like 1d6 is too low, but I think 1d6 is not enough. Poison spray. Well, but this is kind of further, so it might be good. Well, let's actually do it. Prepare spells. I don't think the first one is useful. I don't want this one. Mirror image. Acid arrow. Scorching ray. I don't want that either. I will take this. The blind is pretty useless. Okay, good. So intelligence. I don't think this one needs constitution, just intelligence.
A hero at heart.
Like, his spells doesn't have enough damage in general, I think. Chill touch. Chill touch is okay. Darkness. Call of Daggers, we already have that. Burning Hands. maybe Burning Hands can be really good. Okay, let's do that. We need more damage in general. It's just like we just don't have enough damage. Slot 1. Do we have some other good ones? Okay, so this is also Constitution Charisma. Okay, that's fine. Let's heal up Astarion, because Astarion, well, we do not have any rest. And this is going to be a difficult one, in the sense that okay, 18 out of 31 might not be enough. Proficiency unlocks. Do we have anything that we can do? Not really, at least not for now. Do we have any other armors that are better than the current ones? I want to see his character sheet. Like, what is he? Long bows. Light crossbow, short bows. It's okay. Dagger is also okay. I was just wondering if there's like something better. Nope. If I have another dagger, it would be really nice. But I don't have another one. Yeah, I don't have another one. Let's just go.
Tread carefully.
I definitely need to save game. Because from now on, it's pretty much non-stop fighting, I think. We can camp though. We can actually long rest. We can long rest only once because we do not have enough camp supply. Let's see. Let my character just go and loot. Maybe there are some things. Prison key. No, that's nice. Oh, okay, good. I was looking for camp supply because I know we don't have enough. We just don't have enough food. Those are not. Oh, suspicious meat. That's too suspicious to my liking, but that is not only like suspicious meat. You know what it is. It's not right. But I'm really like looking for camp supplies so that we can camp twice. It will make a huge difference if we can camp twice. Oh, wait, nice stuff. Let's actually open everything here and just see if we can get some more supply. Oh, nice, nice, nice. We probably wouldn't have that many space to use like different spells, but let's see. Wait, what is this? What is that room? I cannot. Okay, I cannot get into that room, I guess. Oh, let's loot. Let's loot. If we have enough supply, we can still do it. Oh, nothing here. Unlocked, nice. So that kills for this. Hope we get some food. We really need food. Wooden barrel. No. So we have like 70 out of 40. if we continue to fight and continue to loot this way, we might have enough supply. But that all depends on like how much we really how much is really there, I guess. Let's go the other way. Yeah, like see, this guy's just like literally like slippers. Can we just go? Okay, we've pretty much. Oh, nice, a lot of food. Okay, we can still do it. We also get some healing potions. Good. So let's see. Are there good things that we can equip? When the warrior starts their turn with 50% or less, they gain momentum for 1 turn. Where's the bear? Okay, the bear is not here. Let's do it for Astarion. And I know we have some good things. Dashes or they gain wrath for 3 turns. That him has that, I think. What else? We didn't get a lot of like necklace or like rings. Oh, here, animal friendship. Not really useful, but I guess we could have it. I wish I could have 1 more dagger though, because the dagger could really help him. But now I don't have it. Okay, since we have enough supply to rest twice, let's rest now. Wait, why am I not resting now? Okay, I'll rest now. And then I'll ask the druid to join us again. Okay, nice. Wait, why is the camera so weird? Wait, what's this? The camera is literally like not behaving right now. I don't understand.
Ah, there you are. How did you enjoy my dear stew this evening? It's old family recipe.
Nice. It was delicious.
Good. I tend to season it with spices from Karator, but given what's available to us, good old Rosemary had to see us through. Not that I mean
it's getting really late for me. I think I'll stop like here.
Well, there's actually something
but we had one nice fight.
To discuss.
Okay.
We've been traveling together for a while now, and during those travels, I've been observing you. I want you to know that I like what I see.
Okay.
The way you diffuse the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way one of our own stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder.
Okay, he's kind of doing the confession right now.
In short, I've grown to trust you.
Good.
Now I need you to place your trust in me. Our journey together is bound to last a while still. As such, I feel compelled to speak. I say this because there's something I desperately need. But while I'll tell you what that something is,
what that thing is. I just want to know what.
I have to ask you to agree to this before carrying on this conversation.
I mean, the vampire is kind of already too much of a. I don't know. Like all of these guys have like surprises for me. I'll just agree for now.
Thank you. I see I did well to trust you. Now, to the matter at hand. You see, I have a
okay.
condition.
I mean, all of these guys have like
condition different from the tadpole.
have like surprises. Yeah, I don't think the best too.
Said condition is for me to take powerful magical artifacts and absorb the weave.
I mean, some way I'm like weirdly attracted to Astarion because I feel like he's like dangerous yet interesting, but I think Gale
By
is
that,
kind
it's
of the
imperative that I find and consume
I don't know,
powerful
kind of the
strands
best
weed at
person
the earliest
here.
possible juncture.
Or like I would really like him as like a companion like along the way. I don't like the fact that Astarion is kind of like disapprove like everything that I do that's kind of good. I think Gale is like more like, well, kind of a better person just in general. Tell me more about this.
Part of the why you agreed not to discuss.
Oh, okay.
I want to make an
sorry.
oathbreaker out of you.
Okay.
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have
Oh
one in your
wait.
possession.
Oh, he's talking about the one. Oh, the thing I have.
Thank you.
Okay. I didn't understand that. I thought he was looking for. Oh. That is a weird ritual. It's kind of like he's absorbing his
Feel
heart.
the storm abating. Yes, this will keep my condition in check. For a precious while.
Oh, how long would
It's hard
that?
to predict the effect any given artifact has. But my condition is hardly a patient one. Rather soon I will feel it stir again.
Okay, I guess I'll have to look for
sending
things
tremors through the soul. I
continuously.
will need to consume another artifact before the lightning strikes. There's no choice but to find more.
Okay,
As luck
I'll
would have
try.
it, Faerun is full of them, though I do feel obliged to point out that items of power tend to be in the hands of the powerful. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. Okay. A bit of boldness will serve us well. I know the allure these artifacts hold. I understand their value and their power. All this to say, I understand the sacrifice I ask of you. I hope I can count on you.
I mean, he's kind of our mage in the party, so we cannot lose him anyway. Do they
Shah's
want
blessings upon
to
you.
say anything else?
Well met. Need something? Why do you insist on
Okay, he doesn't want to. Okay, I understand. But wait, let me actually see their attitude towards me, because I'm a bit curious. The skill kind of reaches like a higher attitude? Oh, okay, it's kind of high. Okay, then I understand. Wait, actually he doesn't like me. Why?
Alright.
I don't understand. I don't understand that part.
With haste.
But okay, I guess we could camp right now. Okay, nice. Now I'll ask him to join me again.
I should speak up. Where are you going? We have work to do. Enemies to kill.
Okay, good. Now he's a bear again. But I'll have to stop right now because it's too late for me. I'll save, and I think it's nice progress. Okay, some good stuff. Tomorrow we'll fight the whole camp. We have to fight the whole camp anyway. I know, like, it's kind of non-stop fighting after this. Let's see. Wow. I know there is some kind of romance at some point, but I don't think I've reached that point yet. And also, oh, I also lost my sword. I need to look for another sword. But anyway, I think for now those companions are fine. They are arguing a little bit, but in general they are kind of to my liking. It's difficult to please everyone, but this it's still a fun story. I lost my sword. I'm a bit sad about that. I mean, it's good that I give it to Bill to kind of ease his situation, but I need to find another sword. Okay, I mean that's it for today. Next time I'll tell you more about Here I Stand, the rules. Like I'll continue to tell you about the rules. And nice Dominion today also. So I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Yep, good night.